Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. This is Vinney and Beau show from the West Coast. Actually, I live near San Francisco. Some of you might know me, Vinney Chopra, and my partner, Beau Eckstein. Beau Eckstein, right? He used to be in the Bay Area. Now he's there in Las Vegas, Henderson. And we come to you live at 9:30 Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern, every Friday. Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to talk about virtual assistants, how to really multiply, how to really get productivity, efficiency, how to recruit them, where to go, all over the world to be able to find some great people who are very, very successful in doing what they are doing, and we can really multiply ourselves and get more done. Hi, Bo. Good morning, buddy. How are
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. I think we're going to get close to 70 degrees today, so it's warming up. So I'm happy. It's been cold for the last
you?
couple of weeks.
No, I'm a little bit more dressed because I'll be interviewing, and also I've got a podcast interview today with my mentor, which I'm very, very excited about, who taught me a lot of great things 14 years back. And, so it's going to be very exciting. That's why I got dressed up in his honor. So, yeah, both. So we're going to talk about virtual assistants. How long have you been using them, by the way? Then I'll tell you my story.
Sure. I've been using virtual assistants and gig, and let's say the gig economy too, like Upwork and Fiverr.
Yep.
But I was using gig economy workers before I think Fiverr was around, so a long time, and I've been working with VAs off and on for probably at least 8 years.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it took me a long time to figure out like how to implement and how to actually like work with a virtual assistant. A big thing you see with many people is that they say that they didn't have success with their virtual assistant, it's usually never the virtual assistant's fault. It's our fault for not laying out the systems.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of people that have VA companies and also have set up systems. And
Yes.
so I've taken a lot of that and formulated kind of my own system with the help of my marketing guy, Bill Davis. And now, we're doing a much better job, and we've got 3 full-time VAs right now. And 2021 is going to be the biggest year ever because we're implementing strategies to really, outsource, delegate, and get more results.
Excellent, excellent. Me too, Bo. I've been using probably VS for 15 years, maybe 15 or so years. And it's so great that, the things that you don't want to do or you are not good at, and, you could prioritize your work for the a week, for the day, for the month, and then you get the virtual assistants any part of the country. I mean, in Africa, in, Canada, I mean, in India, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, I mean, you name it, Jamaica. I've had so many different, England, France. I mean, all these, different countries. Argentina, I think also. So all, and Philippines. Hold on, I forgot about Philippines. That is the biggest hub capital of the virtual assistants. So we're going to talk about that, guys. And please also chat with us, comment, if you don't mind. Really, really appreciate you guys for joining. Let us know where you are from, and also ask us some questions. We would love to really, really, give as much content we can. It's going to be a short show. Actually, we are trying to do the shorter shows now. We do it, live every Friday. If the guest speaker is there, we might go 40, 45 minutes, but we'd like to do it like 28, 29, 30 minutes, but great content, right there. Oh, no worries, no worries. Hey, people call me Boney, Vinny, anything, so no problem. Thank you. Yeah. So let's go into that, Bo. How should somebody start? If somebody wants to get a VA today, how can they start?
First of all, I suggest whatever you do, whether you're a real estate agent, you're a mortgage broker, you're a business owner of some sort, or you're starting a side hustle and you need some additional help, whatever you're doing on a daily basis, just write it out in a Word document, right, or an Excel spreadsheet. What are the tasks that are you doing? Then go on that same page and what needs to be done by you and what doesn't, right? And
Yeah.
what you'll find is most of those activities don't need to be done by you.
Yeah.
And if you've ever heard of the book of the E-Myth, I take this to heart because you have to work on your business, not in your business. So from a high level perspective is making a list of what you're doing on a daily basis and then what you'd like to do on a daily basis. And then I go through those lists and I figure out how to outsource. And then we create an SOP for each of
Mhm.
those tasks we're going to outsource. Or we don't necessarily have to create an SOP. An SOP stands for standard operating procedures.
Procedures. Yep. Yep.
So I think Mayank, if I'm saying your name correctly, you asked what we do. So I mean, there's a million things you can work with your virtual assistant. So, for example, my podcast that I have is called Investor Financing Podcast, along with this Vinney and Beau show. But after I'm done shooting my podcast, the file goes to my VA. She edits it. She makes it beautiful. She uploads to Libsyn. She uploads to YouTube. She writes descriptions. She does everything. She posts all my social media channels. That's just one task. That's just my podcast going out. She's just doing all that work. All I'm doing is getting in front of the camera and talking for anywhere from 5 to 50 minutes, and then she does everything, and she does a phenomenal job. I mean, amazing editing. So that's just one task. I mean, the other task I can kind of tell you that I have done is lead generation. So my primary business is making commercial loans. So I have my virtual assistants going into LinkedIn and making direct connections and cleaning my inbox out in LinkedIn and letting me know who I need to contact. And that's another task, right? So I'm constantly making connections with people that are my avatar client, like people like Vinney Chopra. I want to network with them. So that's what I have these VAs do. I also have VAs doing podcast outreach. They get me on booked on other people's shows so I can talk about what I do for my day job and get more exposure, because the more people that know, like, and trust me, they'll come and give me loans and at least give me an opportunity to quote them on their next purchase or acquisition. So that's just a short list. There's hundreds and thousands of things that you can have a virtual assistant do. Most of them are more skilled in graphic art and
Yep.
WordPress websites than we ever could imagine. And so I probably have 30 or 40 different things on a daily basis happening for me that I don't do. And I just simply created the system of what I needed outsourced. Then I created a standard operating procedure around that task, and then it's you train them on that task, and it's done. And then you just follow up and make sure it's getting done correctly. It's as simple
I,
as that.
so true, Bo. And I want to say to everybody listening or watching us even later on, by the way, we are at 5 channels going on right at the same time in YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook pages, Facebook through StreamYard. I just wanted to say that I wrote the book. And what I did was, I'm not a good writer. So I dictated the book. I dictated the lectures. They were transcribed by the VAs. And then we were able to get the publisher somewhere in Nigeria. They were able to really implement all those things and got the graphics going and things like that. Our VAs in India, in Pune, I mean, I'm all over the internet. I don't do a darn thing. I just record small little piece, and they're able to take care of all the postings, all the answer questions, all those things. And then we talk about, Bo, like you said, blogging. I had a blogger of mine. He was listening to me as I speak on podcasts, and he would write a blog every night. I got 378 blogs from myself, and he would send it to me next day. I'll read the blog and then I'll put some more originality into it. And there they were. So there are so many things we can all get the things done. PowerPoints. I'm very bad at it. John Rusin, my VP of the academy, we use the PowerPoint people who are great. And, logo designing, banners, like Bo said, of course, social media experts, the YouTube experts, YouTube, LinkedIn experts, SEO experts, all these different, people, content creation, publishers, website editing, copywriting. I mean, you name it, video editing. I remember I used to do the recordings and send it to somebody in Bangladesh. And this high school student used to do such a great animation and intros and outros and everything for $10 a whole edit. $10. That was pretty darn good. It was like about 45-minute video, which will cost like $2,000 in USA, things like that. Okay. So some people are asking. Now go ahead, Beau. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just going to say, you really outsourcing is the number one thing you can do. Look at what your time is worth per hour, everybody. Just say, okay, or what you want it to be worth. Okay. So will you be spending your time laying out a flyer or a some kind of graphic, or will you be fiddling with your banner on LinkedIn? No, those are tasks that you need to outsource. So we're getting some questions about how to get a VA, how to screen a VA. We're gonna recommend some of our providers that we use. All you have to do is text me right now and just text your name, your full name, your email address, and I will put you in contact with a few VA companies that you can talk to and learn the systems. But we're going to talk high level today because I'm sure we're going to have future conversations about this, because what you don't see behind the scenes is Vinney, myself, and John. We're always texting. We're always looking at other people's content. We're always saying, how did they do that? Then we reverse engineer it, and then we implement it. And that's how you become really successful. If you watch what Vinney does, he likes something, he figures out how to do it, and then he gets a system in place to get it done. And that's as simple as that. So whether you like somebody's intro video for their podcast, or you like their flyer, or you like what they're doing. So I'm going to just dive into something real quick before we move on. So another task, because most of us are probably investors on this, listening, or a lot of us are. What I also do is I use Reonomy, which is like a co-star kind of. It's where I can pull comps and property owners' information. So I want to send them direct email. So here's another example of something I do. I pull certain property types. When they bought it, they have certain amount of loans on the property. I build an email list, and I do this all with my virtual assistant, and then she messages all these people in a systematic way. So I'm sending out 50, 100 emails a day to property owners that might want to refinance, or maybe I'm doing the same thing because I'm trying to buy their property as an investor, right? So that's what I'm doing on a daily basis. And we just put the systems in place, and then you have a virtual assistant. Now, before we move on, one more thing. Just think about this. If you could have somebody full-time, 40 hours a week, right? Full-time, 40 hours a week. That's $160 a week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Multiply that by what, 52 weeks? So for $8,320,
yes,
you could have a full-time VA.
Exactly.
Okay. But the key is first really develop what you want done. Don't rush into it. Make sure you have that list. Make sure you started to build out your scope of work or your standard operating procedures before you then hire. So you're really clear on what you want and what you want done. Because the problem is that we just hire somebody and we don't know what the heck we're going to do with them. And then we get frustrated because they're not doing anything. So just listen to that advice, because I've hired and fired, and now I think I'm on the right path, and I'm always learning how to do better as a manager, right? Because to grow, we need people and team members around us to grow. We'll never grow if we're the only one in the business.
So true, Beau. I've been coaching and teaching and success coaching. I always say, you know what? You are actually have an assistant. Everybody listening to me right now, everybody's got an assistant. You might say, no. Who is that person? Please just go in the morning when you're toothbrushing in the morning, look in the mirror. You have that assistant right there yourself, because during the day, we do activities that get you $1,000 an hour. We do activities that give you $25 an hour. During the day, you also have activities that give you $5 an hour, literally. So how to scale up, how to make $1,000 per hour for all the 8 hours, so that at the end of the day, you're making $8,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 a day. You can do it only by prioritizing your activities and results. activities, the A's and the B's and the C's and the D's, and then giving the C's and the D's and the E's and the F's to VAs, which you don't want to do. You give it out to other people who are very good specialists in it. Some people were asking like where to go. Many of you might know Fiverr, Fiverr.com, Upwork, Upwork, Upwork.com. I know there used to be Guru, Guru.com. Another website is freelancers.com. I mean, these are the websites you could just go, and if you have anything on your mind, you just search for it, and you will have these professionals show up, and they're going to say, for $5, I can do this job. $10, I can do this job. For $15, I can do this job, which is fabulous. It's not by the hour or minutes or anything. You can get all the things done for a very limited amount of money. That's one thing. There are recruiting companies, and that's what we deal with, right? Beau. And they also, what they do is they hire the VA for you, and then they also train them. They train them for you too. You pay a little bit extra money, but in the end, you come out all right. Because the thing is, you got to invest a little money in your business to make a lot more money, to free up your time with the family, with yourself, with exercising, and do all those special things, right, Beau?
Yeah, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a class within Vinny's mastermind on virtual assistants, and we're going to bring in some really smart people that have VA companies to educate us even further. So if you want to come to this, even if you're not a member of Vinny's coaching academy, we'll open it. We can do open this call up.
Yeah, we'll open it, do it as a webinar. Please just text to us your email address so that we can send you the link, and we'll plan it. I know John and Beau and I will plan maybe 2 weeks from today on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. So it's 7 Eastern, but I coach every week in my Multifamily Syndication Academy, how to buy real estate, how to really crush it in, making really good cash flows and equity gains and all that. That's what Beau and I are, by the way, just to let you know. I'm syndicator, and hotels we purchase apartment buildings, mobile home parks, all these different things, storage units, and assisted senior living, big time build-ups and all. And Beau, my good friend, he gives the loans. I mean, he's the best loan broker in USA. So, we are related to the real estate industry, but at the same token, we are also looking at how we could give value to increase your business, to make it manyfold. Huh, Beau?
Exactly. I mean, it's trial and error for us, right, Vinny? It's like we learn.
Yeah.
And the one thing about Vinny, I have to say, well, there's many things I'll say about Vinny, but he's a constant learner. I get texts at 12 o'clock at night, at 3 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. Hey, check this out. We should be doing this. And that's how you learn, right? We look at who's been successful doing certain things. What are they doing? And then we break it down and break it into a system. And so that's the way to do it. But anything you're doing, you can really get a VA. I know some of my friends have virtual assistants in the Philippines that are their actual personal assistants, and they'll order their food from Amazon. They'll order their products from Amazon. They'll do their budget for them each week.
Everything.
They'll pay their bills, everything, their whole life. They outsource.
There is no holds bar. I'm telling you, pleasing personalities, great people, and they don't have accent like mine. I mean, the key thing is, Kishorji, you're asking, yes, they can call out. They can give you databases. Anything you can do, they can do. See, everything is on the internet now, literally. So please don't worry at all. And you can really, and I've been on 220 podcast shows. I didn't call the hosts at all. My virtual assistants called them, followed up through emails, and got me on the show. So that's how it's all about. There is so much to be really gotten, with the virtual assistants. And I know we are interviewing some virtual assistants today, Beau. So we're going to wrap up this show today a little early, right? We still have about 5-10 more minutes if there are some more questions. But remember that, it's all you're taking the step. I really always say that you got to really move the needle. I call it, right. Move the needle. In other words, you got to be excited. You want to take a couple of things from this broadcast and act on it. Just don't think about it. I'll get to it someday. Now is the best time. 2021 just started. I mean, the sun is shining. The elections are over. I mean, hopefully the vaccine is going to be out. So this is the right time for us to look at our goals for this year, make some very, very distinct goals, how to increase your incomes and grow your businesses and get your streams of income, flowing. And how can you be better today than yesterday? That's what Bo is talking about. I am just a student at the age of 69. I'm totally a student. I'll be 69 this August, and I'm so proud of it, because the key thing is you got to keep your excitement going, your motivation going, your mojo going, like we call it, right?
No, I love it. Love it. Yeah. I never stop learning. I love to learn. All right. Thanks, Brian. He says, amen. Yes, indeed. So yes, am I saying his name right? Kishore?
Okay, sure. Yeah, yeah,
Kishore.
yeah.
Yeah. So just send John or Vinny an email and just let them
Yes,
know. We'll
please.
do it.
Just
We'll
text it. It's the text number is there, or email address.
yeah.
Oh no, it's just the website address. But
No,
text to me 766 or to Bo. We'll put you in touch with our people, and we don't make any commissions or anything, guys. We would like to, put you in touch with the people we have been working with for many, many years, and they do great, great job. Surely. Uh-huh.
yeah, and we'll plan a class with
Oh,
some
yeah,
of
we
our
will.
yeah.
Yes, we will. 2 weeks from now. So maybe, John, we can look at it. I know John is always in the behind, but he's a big part of us, you know. And so we'll do that. We can announce it. We'll also post it in the social media also. But the class will be on 27th at 4 p.m. 27th, 4 p.m. Pacific, or 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to do a whole show. We'll get some, VAs, managers of the company presidents to come and kind of teach us, right? That'll be exciting.
Yeah, just guys, just think about it. If you're a multifamily investor, a real estate investor, and let's just say your spend for your VA is $8,500 for the year.
Yeah.
And let's say their sole task was to identify leads on Reonomy or, on Zillow, or motivated sellers, right? Their job was to screen motivated sellers, and they found you one multifamily property. That was a good deal, right? What does
Yeah.
that mean? That $8,000 is nothing, right? So whatever you're thinking about, do you need a lead generation VA? Do you need a admin assistant VA? Do you need a video editor VA? That's how we're doing it. That's how what you got to look at first. And that's why I have a couple VAs, because now I'm like, okay, let's grow this side. Let's grow this side. All right, Kimberly would love to join the class too. All right, Kimberly,
Surely,
hello.
surely, please, just give the email address at the text, and we won't bother you. I mean, we'll just send you the link for that class that we'll do it 2 weeks from today, so 27th of January. Let's crush it, and I think it's going to really make a big difference. You will see it, because we have seen it. Bo has seen it. How much more we can get done when a lot of things which we don't like to do, we can get it done for $4 an hour, $3 an hour, literally $3 an hour, which will cost us $25 to $40 an hour here in USA. Anyway, and it's a great living for them. We are not doing child labor or anything. I mean, these are adult people, professional people, very educated people, and they are specialists in their art. So it's a wonderful, wonderful. Bo, I'm really glad you chose this topic today, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great topic. Everybody needs to get some kind of assistant. Everybody needs to delegate. Even if you're not ready for a full-time VA, you can get a part-time VA. Start
Sure.
start with your list, so you're ready for the class we're going to do in Vinny's mastermind group, because it's going to be really powerful. I'm going to try to get some templates we can fill out there too, to figure out exactly how to get ready for your virtual assistant, right? Like there's some, it's like you're planning and just start thinking and thinking. and you always fine tune, what your virtual assistant's doing. And I've learned that, what the beauty of it is that if you use the right tools such as Slack, Zoom,
Yes. All
Asana,
those.
and
Yep.
Google Drive, that's all you really need to run a
Exactly.
business, a global business with virtual assistants in the Philippines, in India, in Pakistan,
Exactly.
wherever. You can have a team, all these places. And remember, $3 to $5 an hour is actually good wages in a lot of other countries because it equates to a lot of pesos. So
Yes. Yes.
they're happy with those wages. And of course, it's based on their skill sets too. $3 an hour, you might be a data entry or lead gen person.
Mhm.
$4 is you're going to get a pretty good social media manager, and then you
Mhm.
can go $8 an hour for like a powerhouse that can cold call, can can run a team for you, can run a virtual assistant team. So there's different levels, just like there are here. You have minimum wage, you have um, executive, and you have senior executive type positions. And so based on what you're looking for, that's how you screen and get the right VA. And you do a video interview, live interview. You ask for a portfolio, a resume, and you vet them. And there's just certain things. You can also use tools to monitor their screens. You can also have checks and balances if you don't want to monitor their screens using. There's apps all for this kind of stuff. So we're going to dive into that in 2 weeks by people that are better at it than I am at explaining it. But I think I have a good knowledge of this because I've been working with gigs and virtual assistants for many, many years. And I'm going to continue learning and adapting and growing my business all with virtual assistants and no employees.
Fabulous, fabulous. Thank you so much for joining today, and God bless you all. Again, we do have actually interviews coming up with our more virtual assistants. We are hiring two professional full time more on top of other that we are working with. So we thought this would be perfect, session today that we bring to you live. And let's see here, John. We can go out with the so please tune in next week, 9:30 a.m. Pacific or 12:30. We come live, Vinny and Beau show, Beau and Vinny show, and we love you. And the good part is that we also put this whole thing together. Our show goes into this one. Oh, why is it not coming? But I can't. Oh, I can't show this. Yeah, there it is. By the way, we also go ahead and take the whole broadcasting, which is live right now, and put it into this podcast also. So you could see under my umbrella. For me, I also do another show, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. And then we also do a show on the Innovative Senior Living Investment Show, as you can see, which we do it bi-weekly, like every 2 weeks. And of course, we are coming out with a great book also, Positivity. Oh, this already is out from me. Sorry about that. But there is another book. We don't have a copy here, I think.
Senior living or senior
Yeah,
living.
Senior Living Investing Show. We don't have it here. Sorry about that. But anyway, the things are so. Oh, there it is. Thank you so much. So this is another book coming out from us. So thank you again for joining, and God bless you. We'll see you next week. Thank you.